Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the official Hermitcraft Modsauce server. And right now I'm getting a solid 60 frames per second. That is crazy. I don't know why, but sometimes here on the Modsauce I'll either get around 30 frames a second or I'll get around 60, which is quite unusual. I don't know why. It seems like maybe if a quarry's running in the mining world, the frames drop. And also if I look over in this direction, in this area specifically right here, my frames drop and they're down to 30 at the moment. And I have played around with Optifine and another program called FPS Plus, but they are making no difference whatsoever. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing in this episode, what we've been doing in between. You can see I've done a little bit of work around here. You know, it's quite slow and tedious building all of this stuff, to be honest. And I found something, to my horror, which I thought was going to set us back a little bit. I was looking through all of the items in here, and I noticed a block. Which one was it? This one right here. Ham bone, and the one next to it, block of solid ender. That's the one that we saw over at Spawn a while back. That there was that giant ender dragon head and enderman. Ah, that's interesting. So we know how to make that now. But as I went through the pages here, I found these two over here. We've got liquefied ender and molten pig iron as well. That's another two liquids that we need to have in our room. So I was thinking, oh no, we've got to rebuild half of this room. It's not going to look right after we're done. But then I realised we kind of have a gap over here. Now the reason that I made the room the size it was is because this bit right here kind of comes over the front. So imagine you got the drum back there. You can just about, maybe not on YouTube see, but when you look at this block right here, you're looking at the whole block. So it's like there's a solid block there basically. And then that means you can't click and access what's behind it. But then after a while I realised that you can kind of stand to the side and you can look up, and of course the barrel's going to be back there. So you can access it through this block, which means we can probably pull it off and put a barrel sneakily at the back there. It might be a little bit inconvenient to access, but it means we don't have to rebuild the entire room. And that is all the liquids there is, by the way. I did have a look through all of this. Maybe I missed something. Hopefully I didn't, but it looked to me like that was it. So we're going to add two more liquids to the room. But some of these other ones that I've been trying to add are a little bit problematic as well. So liquefied slime, no idea how you make that. And then glue, you have to put horses, of all things, into your smeltery. So I've been looking around the server for horses and I can't find any animals in the wild, which is a little bit strange. So I thought what we would do is move on to a different project today. We're going to do something very, very cool. It is going to be a vanilla project, a completely vanilla thing that we're going to bring here to the Modsauce and make it absolutely awesome. So above the top of this thing right here, I'm going to tell you straight away what it is we're going to do. We're going to build a villager breeder right here. Remember in 1.7, so the old mechanics for breeding still works. And we're going to breed villagers and drop them inside the smeltery, and that will turn them into emeralds. So we can basically make an emerald farm, which is absolutely awesome, and we can have it running automatically, which I think is brilliant. So that'll give us tons and tons of emeralds, and that will become useful for something later on. So what I'm going to do right now is go up to the surface. We are going to, let's grab our tool bag. And I do have a little bit of space in my inventory here. What we need is, if I can spot it, these things right here. Yes, golden lassos. We are going to go and pick ourselves up some villagers from my old base. I'm actually going to record while we go over there because my game tends to crash when I go close to that area. So I want to have a look around and see if I can actually find out what's causing it to crash. I've got a feeling I won't have a clue at all. But I'm going to stop recording as we head over there because it usually crashes on the way. So I'm going to make my way over there very slowly, and then when we're in the area, my game might crash like I said. We're going to investigate and see if we can find out what's causing that lag, but also we can pick up some villagers as well. So the game crashed, it seems to be okay now, and I pulled up my F3 screen and I very carefully came forward and I was looking at the Z number, the last on that line. You can see the number goes down, and it was as soon as I went over the chunk, which is when it goes from 0 to 15, that it loaded up a new chunk in the distance, and then the game crashed. Now I can't remember if it crashes when we leave this place as well, but you can load the chunk up when you log in and it seems fine. And it didn't crash the server, by the way, so something in one of these chunks, probably around where these farms are, it crashes the client when it loads up, which is really strange. And I can't see anything odd around here, you know. Entities seem to be okay, nothing unusual there. And by the way, apparently these guys got bred out of control, which is really strange, especially for the pigs, because I haven't been breeding them a lot, and Slipgator had to kill them because they were causing lag. And now there's one pig left, but he said he got some, so I can grab some from him. And we, of course, going to need the pig to make the pig molten iron thing over there, which is going to be another fun and interesting project. Looks like we've got loads of cows down the bottom here. I might gather some leather while we're here. So I will have a look around and investigate, just see if anything looks unusual, but I doubt I'm going to spot anything. But it is in this building over here. Let's grab our axe. And by the way, I haven't repaired any of these tools yet. You remember when I made them, I said I was going to let them run down as much as possible before we charged them and see how long it would take. And you can see this one has been used over halfway through, which is pretty cool. That's the one that's been used the most, and it looks like I'm going to use my pick here as well. There are a lot of blocks in my way by the looks of it. And now we can get inside and pick these guys up. There should be 3 of them in here, but now apparently there's 2. That is strange, but we only need 2 to breed, and I just wanted to have a quick look at their trades. Do you have anything interesting? Not especially. Okay, right, so let's grab these guys. Although when we have infinite emeralds, buying stuff from these guys might be useful. But there you go, we've only got 2. I don't think there's any more in this area, and I'm probably going to go to another village and pick up some more. There's one nearby our new base over in that direction. So we can get them breeding faster. But as I said, I'm going to have a quick look around and see if I can spot anything that might be crashing the game. So, it didn't crash when I left the area, which is obviously a good thing. And this village over here, I'm pretty sure the zombies would have killed all of the villagers. However, it looks like someone may have locked them inside. That might have been me. I could have forgotten that I did that. Let's have a look. Is anyone in here? Doesn't appear to be so. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. There's a fella right there wearing a green coat, and there's a piston there as well. That's unusual. Of course, it's modded though, so things are going to be a little bit different. It's nice to do a bit of exploring, even though we're just checking out a villager. This guy has 1 heart. What does he have for trade? Landmine and tool station for gold or berry bush. That's interesting. It's nice to know you can trade those as well. That's good. So we've got ourselves an extra villager. Let's have a look around here. I guess if we see open doors, there's probably going to be nothing, is there? But there are a few buildings, and I guess I'll just check these out off camera and see if I can find anyone else. Oh, look at this guy right here with his monocle, and he's hanging out in a cauldron. That's funny, that is right here. And yes, I'm doing a little bit of griefing, I guess you could say. What do you have for trade? There is also a chest underneath your cauldron. You have wall of bat. Okay, fair enough. We're going to pick you up, and we're going to check out what's underneath this cauldron. We're going to have to actually let's break the cobblestone. There is a chest down here. Water diviner, that might be something rare, I don't know, it looks like it's interesting. And tongue of a dog. Well, I know some of the other guys are playing witchery, so I'll grab those and see if they're of any use, but I'm guessing probably not. However, that item does have, yellow text. That could mean it's rare, although this isn't Diablo or anything like that, so maybe not, who knows. Anyway, I'll continue exploring. So I found another one of these guys, although, look at his face, I don't have another golden lasso. This is a tinker's guy, look, we saw this before, he has a tool station. But I had a look in this chest here, and it's all little tinker's bits and bobs. Now, none of these are particularly useful, but that's an interesting little building type. You can see there's some tinker's toolboxes and tables over there. Let's break this and have a look. Is there anything in there? There is. See, that would be really good when you're starting out to find one of these. Shame I didn't know about that, but there you go. Anyway, I'm going to take these villagers back to the base. I'll come and get this guy another time. He should be safe in here for now. We're going to fill up these windows with some blocks. And look, another chest. This has probably not got anything good in it. 4 diamonds. Excellent. I will take that. That is a pleasant little surprise. So these chaps have a new home. I put them inside a floaty glass block over here. They should be safe. I don't think zombies can spawn in there socially or normally because there's glass and there's light. But there you go. These are all modded villagers, by the way, and they look especially derpy, especially this guy with his eyebrows. But there you go. Hopefully they will breed like regular ones. I would assume that they do. If they don't, I'm sure we can get some more from somewhere in this world. And look at the health of these guys. A couple of these guys are hurt pretty bad. So maybe I'll make a healing potion and throw it in there as well. But the plan is now to build a breeder. I'm going to use Tango Tech's breeder that we used on the last Hermitcraft world. So we'll build one of those up here. We'll probably add like an on-off switch, and then we'll be able to turn the breeding on and off, and we can dump them all down here into the smeltery. So I'm just going to go ahead and build all of that, and I'll be back with you when it's done. And here it is. This is Tango's adult villager breeder number 2. I'll put a link to this in the description box. It's really easy to follow his tutorial. Didn't take long at all to build this thing, and I went off and found some other villagers as well. So we had about, I'd say 15, actually maybe a little less than that to start off with, maybe about 12, and I managed to pick up a witch as well. You can see there's a few different types in there. It's kind of odd to make it out. But their numbers are slowly going up. It didn't look like they were going to breed at first, but as soon as you get 1 or 2 more in there, then actually you can see at the moment they're kind of getting into a little bit of a groove here. So we're up to 19 now, so one of them has just given birth. I don't know if you can say that really, but another one has appeared in the last minute before I started recording. And I got one here on my hotbar as well. Okay, so this baby burst into laughter the first time I saw it, and I'm probably going to crack up a little bit, but check it out, we got little Elvis guy right here. This is a baby villager, as it says in the top left. You can't trade yet. I don't know if baby villagers will be able to be turned into emeralds. That's something we're going to have to test, but check it out, he's Elvis. Oh, that really made me laugh at first. I've got a feeling that's only when they're a baby, because I haven't seen them grow into an adult Elvis, but they are all kind of grouped up here. And that guy was wearing glasses, and I thought I saw an adult one wearing glasses. For a second there, I thought what they'd done is replaced all the baby ones with the Elvis one as a joke, but actually I think that was just his profession, because the first two that came through were like that, and it's ever so cool. So anyway, I'm thinking if the baby ones can be turned into emeralds, it means what we can do is put some mortar on this block here. And if you don't know how this machine works, by the way, at the moment it's in breed mode. When I hit the switch, whenever a new baby is born, it's going to push it through into this area here. And then with water, at this height right here, we'll be able to move the babies over and into the smeltery. And then if you put the water at the height above them, then when they grow into adults, the water picks them up and then you can flow them around. So if this thing can take babies and turn them into emeralds, then we will do it that way. It might give you less emeralds in total as well, so we're going to have to kind of do a little bit of investigating. But while I've been waiting for these guys to breed up, we kind of need their numbers to be in around the hundreds to get a nice steady stream of villagers. I've been working up top on the surface, so let's... Whoa. Actually, we can fly up straight here because you need two gaps going all the way to the sunlight, or the sky if you like. So over here I've been filling in this area with dirt, and then I want to fill this back in with water and remove all of this over here. So what I was thinking I would do, which I did wrong last time we tried to repair this, if I start from the bottom, fill every little bit up with water down here and do it one level at a time, then once this whole side is filled up, we can remove these bits in the middle, and then they'll join together and form mortar sources, and that should repair the entire thing. So that's just me doing a little bit of a clean-up operation where I have some time. And since we need to keep those villagers breeding, and I need to let the time go by, then I may as well do that in between, because I still want this area on top to look pretty. I want it to look like we're not even in the area at all. And then when you go, you know, down into the base, obviously we are doing a whole bunch of stuff underground. So anyway, the plan is at the moment to do some of that stuff while we wait for these villagers to breed, and then when we get their numbers up, we can do some testing. So I will be back with you in a bit. So it almost looks like we were never here. It didn't take too long at all to fill in all of the water in the lake here, and all we've got left over to do is to remove these little bits over here. But I thought I'd show you it before we do that. It does look pretty cool. If you look at it closer, it really isn't like too obvious that we had done some digging here. When you go down below, there's this flat area at the bottom that you can see. However, from above it gets so dark you can't really see it. So I'm really pleased with that because it looks a lot better than I expected. In fact, it almost looks like we haven't done anything at all. It might be a good idea to throw down a few lily pads or something like that. But anyway, let's go and look at our breeding operation. I'm not sure how many villages there are at the moment. And we're going to have to turn the volume down here, aren't we? Let's turn that all the way down to... There you go. We'll do that for now. So how many are here at this point? We're up to 69. That's crazy. That's about another 10 that have bred while I was filling in that lake. So we've got some of that liquefied slime stuff that we found in one of the previous episodes. This is going to be to send the villagers round into this bit. We're going to have to change this though, because at the moment it's set up to send the baby villagers through. So if we were to activate this thing right now, those baby villagers will get pushed and sent down into the smeltery. And so we're going to have to change that because it appears that the baby ones do not get as much... Oh, I've fallen down. Get as much emeralds from them. So the way that this works is you have to have a little bit of something inside there to get it going. So I put in some iron. You can see we have blood at the bottom. I'll explain that in a second. We've got molten iron and then we've got emeralds. So notice how this has one nugget and this one just has a number. I think that's 0.014 of a actual emerald because you have to make an emerald cast. So we don't get too much. That was from a baby and an adult, and I think the adult was 1.25 and then the baby was the other bit right there. So yeah, that's that. Now the blood is from me being inside there. We can actually generate this without dying. I thought you might have to die to get the blood, but if we go and stand inside here, you will see that we take damage just from being in this area, and it's quite slow. And is our armor taking that damage? Okay, I saw my leggings go down. I guess they've got unbreaking on. Yeah, okay, so the armor takes damage, but that's going to get some blood. So we might be able to do something like make a regeneration potion and just stand in here, or something silly like that, and then that way we can generate blood. But let's do a little test so you can see what's going on here. This is actually going to be really tricky. We can get an adult, but we can't easily get a baby, I don't think. I think you're just going to have to take my word for it. So I'm going to redesign this bit right here. We're going to put in an adult. The thing is, if he falls down and takes damage, it might reduce the amount of emeralds that we get, which is interesting because it's based on the amount of damage that they take, supposedly. So let's actually go inside and drop this guy down right here. So now he hasn't taken any damage when getting in here, and we'll grab another one from the top here. So what we're going to do is drop one of these guys in and see how much we get compared to the guy who wasn't dropped in. Another thing I'm thinking of doing, by the way, is expanding this window right here. It really is very small. I can't even see the villager guy in there at the moment. But there you go. I think he's actually died now. Okay, now we're going to drop in the next guy. So he should take full damage on his way in. Yep, he took 6 full damage. And we got about 1.1, it seemed like, from the last guy. So it seemed that he died by the time I made my way around here. We can see this guy. There we go. He's dead. So how much do we have now? I still think that's around 1.1. Interesting. Okay, so maybe full damage doesn't matter at all. Right, so I think we know where we're at with this thing. Now I'm going to build this so that we have water at the top, or at least we have this liquefied slime at the top. You see, I don't know if it picks them up and moves them around, but I guess we'll soon find out. So this will be 1 block higher. The babies won't be able to escape until they're an adult, then they'll swim up, go across, and they'll get shoved down here. And at last, it's working. We're not going to get too close because they make a lot of noise, and it took me a while to figure this out. It did work a moment ago. I recorded, but I kind of messed up my recording, which sucks. But basically what I did is I put the green stuff, the slime stuff, directly above where the water is, and that caused the villagers below to get caught in it. So it didn't work quite like water, and they would go around the corner, which is obviously not what we wanted. So when I put the water here, this works. When that baby grows into an adult, he's going to be in the water, he's going to swim up, and then get pushed around the corner and pushed all the way down here, which is awesome. And I have spent so much time just AFKing, doing other things, trying to get these numbers up. And let's have a look now. We're up to what, 128, 130 maybe? It takes a really long time, but it's a really cool way of doing things vanilla here, because now we've got a villager breeder that's going to get us lots of emeralds over time, although it doesn't seem to be quite as fast as I would like. If we go down the bottom here, not too many villagers have gone in here just yet. If we have a look, we have enough for 1.2 emeralds. Now, the whole reason that I set out to do this was so we could upgrade our storage system. And by the way, if we go and have a look over here, what is that? There is a brick of some sort. Oh. Okay, that's unusual. What's that thing doing in there? How do I get it out? Oh, there we go. No, I want that back. Okay, we've got rid of it. That's cool. Yeah, so have a look at how much of this stuff we have right here. If you divide that number by, I think, 144, that'll tell you how many ingots we can get out of there, or the equivalent of, you know, they're just called emeralds, aren't they? But we've only got one of these so far, which makes me think this isn't going to be so great for getting a lot of them. But this is a project that I've had in mind for quite some time, you know, a great way to get emeralds. And I found a use for emeralds a while ago, which I thought would be really good. In fact, I'm not very prepared. We need to type the name of this thing. And I don't know how to spell it any further beyond that. And I think, no, I haven't spelled it wrong. Okay, awesome. So this is a retrieval node right here, and you can see it uses an emerald and a QED. That's why we did the whole QED thing a while ago, because I wanted to upgrade the system. And then I needed some emeralds, and when I actually started to come over here and look at how many I had stored up, we have quite a lot, and this is because we have been in the mining world doing quarry after quarry, and I guess it spawns emerald ore as well, which I didn't realise. So we actually kind of already have what we need for that. So that project, although it's probably not going to really be too useful for this, we'll continue working on it. I've got some ideas for it, don't you worry. Anyway, so with this thing over here we can make retrieval nodes, and the way that these retrieval nodes work is you put them on the back of the inventory. So at the moment what we have is a transfer node. It's on the back of our master chest, and it takes out the items and it puts them into other inventories, which is why we've got this whole system of pipes. Now with this thing right here, what we can actually do is have it work the other way around. So the inventory right here is going to look for stuff in the chest and then take it out of there, hence the name retrieval. So with this setup, what we can do is kind of, I think, speed up the whole system a little bit, because at the moment everything's being transferred through a single pipe and it doesn't work properly as well. For some reason it skips over glass, and if we go around to the other side, the pipe does come all the way around here and it connects to a chest just on the other side of that has glass in it, and it doesn't get it gets ignored basically. So I don't think this pipe system's working. If we change to retrieval nodes on the back of every inventory, then what it means we can do is have individual ender chests around the back here. So this group of deep storage units right here would have an ender chest on the side, and then it would pull out the things that it has stored from that chest. And then rather than having this master chest over here, we can have loads of master chests all over the place, and then the bits of storage just take out what they need from it, which I think would work really well and could be a really good way to upgrade this system. It also means that all the way up here where we've got our ores on the wall over here, it would be able to take them out of the back as well. And I think we could possibly add a filter to tell the retrieval node to take out more than the items that are in here, because at the moment we do have a little bit of a problem with converting ores. You see, there are different types of the same ore from different mods. Over here we've got copper, this one's from Tinker's Construct, and at the moment our system will only put that type of copper into the barrel. So all the way down here, actually I don't think copper is the one, but if we go and look in these chests, these are my overflow chests. You can see here that we have tin as well. There's another type of copper from Mechanism, and I think with an item filter we'll be able to tell it that this type can go into that barrel, and then that way we won't have this problem over here in the overflow chest. So that's kind of the plan at the moment. Did I just throw something on the ground? Yes I did. Let's pick that up. Yeah, we're going to switch everything over to the retrieval node. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to start setting up the system. We can test it and see it in action. Well, things have not gone my way today. Sometimes it's going to be like this in the mods. I'm still learning everything, and today I've wasted most of our time playing, waiting for these villagers to breed, and now we're finally there. We've got the farm up and running, and we have 2 emeralds worth of liquid emerald in total. It is ridiculous. This thing is chunk loaded though, so maybe overnight when I log on tomorrow, hopefully we'll have some more emeralds, but yeah, it doesn't seem to have actually been that great of an idea. And these retrieval nodes as well are not doing what I wanted them to do. I think I've completely misunderstood how they worked. I thought what their job was to do was to take the items for the inventory in front of them out of the chest they're connected to, but it doesn't seem to be doing that at all. So I don't know what's up with these. I'm probably going to just revert this back to the normal system, and we have to kind of wrap things up on a low note right here. You know, the 2 projects that we decided to do today have not gone well at all, but that's how it goes sometimes. That's how it goes, and I've got some great projects lined up for the next couple of episodes, so don't you worry, things are going to get interesting. I'm also thinking about going to the Twilight Dimension as well. That's going to be real interesting, but that is it for this episode of Modsauce. If you've enjoyed it, please do leave a like, because it'll always be appreciated. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.